This tutorial is by Cooper Collier, lead programmer with WatersWebWorks.com. Please visit our TeamDesk expert listing if you need assistance or have any questions, and we'll be happy to help.
So now we have some contacts, and we've made companies for the contacts. If we view this person and look down here, there's their company right here. We got the company information. This gives us a link to the company. So we click there. That jumps us to the company tab. But when we roll down, we have company contacts down here. And we haven't really looked at this subtable. This subtable is a table of the contacts, obviously, that are working for the company. It gets that because we use the reference to select the company name when we made the contact. Now, there's some things we can do with this. We can view the contact, we can edit the contact, and once we edit it, we can say, hey, that was the wrong company. We can change the company name right there. Save it. When it takes us back, they're not there. Why? Because I put them in the other company. I can delete the person. Now, this is really important. When you delete from right here, they're deleted from the database. So if this person was doing something else in the database, you had them linked someplace else for some other purpose, you've deleted them everywhere. You haven't just removed them from this company. You've removed them from the database. So you need to be very clear when you make this and when you train people to use your database that if you don't want them in this link anymore, what they need to do is do the edit and remove the link, not delete. Delete makes them go away altogether. On the opposite side, they can make a contact from here. So I'm going to make the sub record. And what's really nice is I can make a new record, and right over here, it's already filled in. Look at that. Boom. I could change it, but it's already filled in for me. So it's a very convenient way to add, in this case, contacts to a company. You just be in the company and make them. They're linked up already. That's a very nice thing. But what we're really going to get at is, where does this information come from? Down here. And can we make it better? Because maybe we don't like the way it looks. And that comes from, you're going to show you, comes from the relation. So we're going to go over here and mess with it. So before we mess with it, let's go and make our little development branch. Now, we're not going to be really changing the data structure, but what we're going to do is change how things display. So if people were actually working in your database, probably want to do it in a development branch so they don't all of a sudden see things disappear and then come back, or as you're trying to figure out how to make this work for you. So when we go to companies or company contacts, either one actually, and look at customize existing contacts, we go down here, and in here is someplace right there is where we pick the company. That's our reference. If we go to the other side, company side, we actually down here in selections have the relation that was made at the same time. And we will get into relations and understand them more. But what we need to know is we want this display details right there. And if I click edit there, it actually takes me to this relation view. And right here is where I can change this to whatever I want. This is simply a view in the company contact table. So that's confusing, but we're going to look at it. So that's the default view. let's remember what we're looking at here. Go to companies and view, we get that. I picked the company with no people in it. So it looks like this. And there's a Lemmy or whatever. That's actually, go here, this view here, same view. It's the default view. So it's just taking this view and putting it into the company, but only showing you those records that are linked or referenced. So we can change that and how it looks. And what we normally do is we'll go over to companies and we're going to look at existing views right here. And we have two of them plus the default, and class, if it's not made, it will be someday. On views, we'll show you more on how to do this, but what we normally do is just take one of these views. I like the list all. Let's just copy it because it's nice to copy them, and then edit the copy. And just to keep things straight in our head, we're going to make a, I like to call it ref for companies. That. Now I know this is the view I want to use for the reference to companies. Or let's make that two. Reference to companies. Put a note here. Use this in the company to contact reference view. Now you can use these in many views, but in this case, we're going to only use it in one. And then we can edit the default column. I'm sorry, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to customize the columns. And now we can make this view look like how we want it. So we want first name, email address, because that's important to us. We don't care about the last name, and we only want their mobile phone. And we want to know if they're crazy or not. So we put their state. There we go. So we've made this new little view that we want to use when we reference. So then we go back to our columns, customize existing columns, and let's go down to our reference. There's our reference to company, and we edit it. We could do this on the company side because it's the same. And look, here's our view table, and there's the view. Now, if we pull this down now, we now have this view here. Let's pick that. Save it. We'll go back over here and refresh. And look at that. Now, obviously I picked the reference column for state and not the state name, but that's okay. For now, what we're looking at here is, look, it says company contacts. We go over here to the setup. It's getting its name from here, not my view. So what we name the view is whatever the thing is, but we can rename these views, and we'll do this multiple times because we could call this, we know it's company contacts because we're in the company, so maybe we just want to make this contacts for now. Save it. Okay, so that's how we change this view down here. Let's look at one more thing. You notice I just said that people could delete, and maybe we don't want them accidentally deleting contacts from right here because they don't understand they're deleting them from the whole system. So we want to prevent that. We can do that. We just go back over here to our company contacts. Customize existing tables. Let's go to our reference. And way down here in the bottom, it says what we can do. Let's say that they can't make deletes. Poof, for this view only. Now, I'm going to refresh this. The delete button is not there anymore. Bam. They can't delete this from here. Just can't say, hey, I'm deleting it and from this company, and poof. To delete it, they're going to have to do things like go to view and delete, which you can control there also. Or you can make it so they always have to go to the contacts and find it before they delete it. That's record security and validation things that will be another class. But the simple way is right in that view. You make the view so you're limiting them.